Hey, how are you? Hola, ¿cómo estás? Salut, ¿cómo se va? So, if you watched my last video about the tarot review, you know that as unfortunate as it may be, I will be unable to play Liar indefinitely. Yes, this is incredibly heartbreaking, and it's made all the worse because I can't Orpheus this angst out on my Liar. Anyway, I can link that video at the end of this one, and while I hope to do more of them because I love tarot, this video is another speed paint, which I haven't done in a while, but I think it's time we get back to basics. You wouldn't know that I recently got a drawing tablet. Since I just graduated, I'm in that sort of bougie stage of life where I get nice cards and gifts, one of which was from one of my sisters, and it was really nice, and it was just a, I believe it's a Wacom Intuos. I keep thinking it says intro, but it's Intuos. It's Intuos. And I know next to nothing about drawing tablets or any sort of tablet, so let's not mistake, this is not a tablet review. There are a few moments where it lagged, but I don't know if that's a testament to the tablet or my computer. And given it only happened rarely, I'm not sure it matters. I feel like I'm rambling though. Well, I'm rambling. So let's get to talking about this drawing. This is a redesign drawing of my character Daffodil Bloom. I decided this for multiple reasons. First of which, I was just not fully happy with any of the character designs from my series Watermeals Creek. So I just figured, why not kill two birds with one stone and work on a new character design, get used to the new tablet, and get a new video out in the process. Shoot, I guess that's three birds? Guess my hunting license is gonna be revoked. Shit. So I figured doing this made a very good POV character because she'll introduce herself and be approachable, that sort of thing. With her first design, my main qualm was just it being too busy. Like, between the pearls and the jacket and the Oxford shoes, there's too much. It doesn't hurt my eyes, but it makes me uncomfortable. Especially because the daffodil is one of the simplest looking flowers. I still like the idea of her outfit being a daffodil, as in her dress sort of resembling the flower. Hence why the characters have, colored blood and flower names and dress like flowers. There are some other details besides the dress, believe it or not. Her stockings are green with leaf details, so they actually kind of look like the stem. And I made her shoes brown and bulbous with white soles, so they look like the actual daffodil's bulb and roots. I was really proud of myself when I figured out that one. For the longest time, I just thought, make her shoes brown, so they look like actual roots. But then when I made her shoes all bulby, I was like, yes, this is the correct way to do it. I felt like I saw God and the prophecy was true. And the rest of her design is more of the same. Her hair's a repeated sort of thing of the daffodil flower, how it sort of has repeated edges. Her face, So I've been going through this whole thing where I do want every character to look different in multiple ways. Body type, face type, what have you. And I kind of struggled with her face. Now, at first, I wanted to be a bit more expressive, so I added a bit. Having an expression, you look at it and you think, ah, that's an expression. I forgot the warning. What they always tell you is there's a fine line between good expression and old people wrinkles. And I think I went a little too far into old people wrinkles, because at some point during the drawing process, she started to look like Dolly Parton, in my opinion. And don't get me wrong, Dolly looks great. I love her, just not what I'm going for. And I looked at her and I was like, this needs to change right now. So, erased some of the lines, kept some of the lines, and you know that thing when you look back at a drawing and you're like, oh, I've noticed another mistake, time to obsess over this. I made her nose too crooked. Her nose is crooked. You flip the painting, guess what? Her nose is obviously crooked, and it's not supposed to be crooked, it's supposed to be straight, it's supposed to be a straight, broad nose, but her nose is crooked. And that is going to bother me for the longest time. So if anyone's going to do fan art or note to self in the future, her nose isn't supposed to be crooked. That is a mistake on my part. What is a daffodil color scheme? It's yellow, white, green, maybe a little bit of orange. And that's what an egg breakfast looks like. Come on, it's an egg. Making sure she looked cute and making sure she, looked like a daffodil, but also not like an egg, which is really annoying. Ultimately, she surprisingly looks more 70s than I intended her. Like, it kind of looks like she has a blowout, and like with the flowy hippie dress, she does sort of look like she popped out of the 1970s, which, I'm a fan of. I'm groovy, I'm hip. I think this also sort of signifies a bit of a change in character. I think initially I thought her more as a straight man who is trying her best to be approachable, whereas now her character is definitely more of an approachable, lovable sort of type, which I think will make a very good contrast for some characters, although I worry it makes her too similar to other characters. So as I continue to do this redesign process, I hope I can figure that out. But actually, I think it helped improve a lot that I was struggling with, especially in terms of line art and highlighting and shading. I'm not gonna act like this is a landmark piece, the start of something greater. Especially because just before this drawing, I had another drawing I tried to do of Daffodil, but that one did not turn out so well. And while it might be technically my first drawing on my tablet, I don't want to consider it that. If you would like me to do a video about my failed drawing, please comment that below or let me know in some way, because I think that would actually be really cool if there was a video series about let's figure out why this drawing failed, and I'll have glasses and it'll be all analytical and stuff. I think that would be pretty cool and pretty encouraging if you're a new artist. That's okay, because the sourness of failure will never quite reach the joy of the ecstasy of success. I would want to talk more about the world building, but I feel like that's just not appropriate for a character speed paint. Maybe if I do another group speed paint of them all. then I would probably start talking about it more. But as of now, I'm going to make the active choice to leave you all in the dark. It's not because it's poorly planned or I don't have a lot of ideas at the moment. And secretive of my own volition, not because I have nothing. I hope it's cooler where you are. I hope you're all doing well. I hope that things get better in the future because right now they're not great. Au revoir.